Hi there. So today we're talking about how to be a more successful programmer. Being a good programmer doesn't involve a whole lot of memorization, doesn't involve knowing the correct syntax for programs. What it boils down to is being able to organize your past programs so that they're readily accessible and easy to find for whenever you need them. It's impossible to remember all the code that's out there. So it's important to create a code repository file for what we're doing. A Tiddlywiki serves as a great code repository file, and we just need to organize all these past programs so that we can later grab the code for whenever we need it. So I'd like to show you what I've done, how I've organized a Tiddlywiki using both the code demos and the notes. And I'm going to make this available out there, in case you would like to use this and start using this system. So notice the first thing that pops up is the code entry, and I changed that by going to the Getting Started tab, and under here for default tiddlers, I just put code into this default tiddler, and that's what made this show up. Also, if you want certain journal entries to show up here, or just Tiddly entries to show up, you can just go to the main menu, click on this, click on Edit, and you can add these. So notice right here I've got Getting Started, Code, Demo, Work, Notes. Well, that's what shows up here. So I'll let you explore Tiddlywiki to figure the ins and outs of how it works, but it's well worth it if you spend some time doing that. So right here I've got this code category, and these are all the entries that belong to the code category. If I click on let's say operators, this entry right here has all the code for the demo that we did for operators. So if you needed something out of here, you could just easily copy it and then paste it into your program that you're currently working on if you needed it. Likewise, I also have two other categories. One's called demo, one's called work. And the way that this works is that work has all the assignments that you've had to do for me. So whenever you complete an assignment, I would copy that code, put it into your Tiddlywiki, and then give it the categories of both code and work. And when you do a demo for me in class, go ahead and copy that code into an entry right here, and then give it the category of both code and demo. So this is just a way to be a little bit more organized. Another thing that you can do is you can whenever you create your notes, for example, let's say our math class notes that you guys took in class, go ahead and give that a tag of a category of notes, and that way you can keep everything in a notes category, work category, demo category, and code category. If you do something like this, if you organize your all the past code you've written in your Tiddlywiki like this, I promise you stuff will be a lot easier to find, and it'll make your life a lot easier when you're writing programs in the future. So that's just a suggestion for how to organize your Tiddlywiki. The next thing I want to show you how to do is to import Tiddly entries. Let's say you miss class one day, and you come back in, and your neighbor took notes. Or let's say they took notes of the demo, they got the code for the demo, but you don't have it and you need it. Well, all you need to do is borrow their flash drive. And let me just show you an example here. Let's say there's this, let's say your friend, his name's Crowman, and Crowman took notes and he did a demo yesterday, and his demo was the awesomest program. Okay, so this is the code that you need, and you don't feel like retyping everything. Well, what you can do is you can import this entry into your Tiddlywiki, and here's how you do it. So let's say you're in your Tiddlywiki. You come up here to the right hand corner, there's this thing called Backstage. Click on that, you go to Import, and then you say enter URL path name or browse for a file, where you're going to browse for a file. You're going to look for their flash drive, and you're going to find their flash drive, and you're going to find where their file is on that flash drive. So I need to come back up here, and I'm going to go into Here we go. Here's the Mr. Crowman Wiki. So you click on their Tiddlywiki file, you click open, and then you click open down here. What this will do is this will grab all the tiddlers that they have. So these are all the tiddlers in that one Tiddlywiki, and you're going to uncheck this where it says keep these tiddlers linked to server. You don't want that. And what we were looking for, we're looking for one called the Awesomest program. Let's find that. Where is it? I just saw it. There it is, the Awesomest program. You'll click there, and you'll say import, say done. And notice now, if I click on code, here's the Awesomest program. It's been included in my Tiddlywiki. So that's one way you can import tiddlers. Let's say you're absent and you need to grab something from somebody else's Tiddlywiki file. This is a way to do it. Let me go ahead and click on save here. Something else I want to talk about real quick is deleting old Tiddlywiki files. So notice in this folder for Crowman, he's got all these old files. These are all backup files. You can delete these. So let's go ahead and delete that. Right, permanently delete these. And Tiddlywiki automatically just creates a backup for you, but you don't need those. And so I think when I just saved my Mr. Organized, see, notice right here, it created this backup. You can delete that. You can get rid of that, because they do take up space on your flash drive. Alright, what's next? Organizing flash drives. So one thing I'd like you to also get in the habit of is having an organized flash drive. So maybe in your flash drive you'd have a folder named Java, and then inside that folder you have a Tiddlywiki folder that holds your Tiddlywiki file. For example, right here I've got a Tiddlywiki folder called Mr. Organized, and in here I've got the actual Tiddlywiki file that I use. So you would have one of those. You'd also have maybe a folder called Demo, and that's where you could actually put all your demo project files. It's nice to have both the code and the project files sometimes. And then you'd also maybe have a folder called Assignments, and that's where you keep all your assignments, the actual instructions that I give you for the assignments, and the finished programs. Okay, so before we end here, I want to talk about basics of writing a program. If you look in this My Organized Tiddlywiki file, if you go to Code, you'll notice that it should be Notes. I create an entry called Program Basics. So every program should have a class heading and a main method heading, and then the stuff in here is your code. And keep in mind that usually every program follows these four steps. You declare variables, you put information into those variables, you perform calculations, and then you display your output to the user. And I break these four things down using an example with a program right here. So for example, right here I'm declaring variables, declaring or creating variables, and I'm putting information into those variables using the scanner class. So I grab stuff from the prompt. Well, right here I'm creating the keyboard scanner object. Then right here I'm grabbing whatever the user enters and putting into this variable. So we're populating our variables right here. Then using those variables you want to perform calculations. So right here I've got these two variables that have values in them, and then I'm multiplying them to put whatever that calculation is in here. And then I'm displaying that output using this line of code right here. Okay, so there are 4 steps to creating a program usually, and these are those 4 steps that you want to become really familiar with. Finally, last thing I want to talk about is program solutions. So if you want to, if you cannot figure out how to do a certain program, and you want to know how it was done, 2 weeks after I assign a program, I'm going to put the answer out here on Class of Crow. Go to the Java tab, and here's Program Solutions. I'll put the actual these links up here. You can click on them, and then a video will appear. And you can watch this video to see how the program was done if you couldn't figure it out. So I hope this helps, and work on getting more organized so you can be a better programmer.